Well, Kalimera and hello YouTubers, followers of Rudgy aka the Doctor. First of all, I'd like to thank you all for subscribing, and if you haven't subscribed, please hit the subscribe button. If you've already subscribed, don't hit the subscribe button again because you'll unsubscribe. And that wouldn't be good because then you wouldn't know what I'm doing. Anyway, it's been mentioned a few times that, well, what do you do, Rudgy, when you're out there, and do you work, do you do this, do you do that? So this video is going to be just a brief little snippet of what I do during the day, and I might do a few others as we go along. I mean, to be honest, you're pretty much seeing what I do day to day anyway. I'm due to go back to the UK in a month or so to earn some money, and then I'll be videoing what I do there. Some of you like that, some of you don't, but you can't please all the people all the time, can you? So yeah, as you can see, got GB News on. I've also got the old laptop fired up because I'm editing a video, probably this one actually. I've just had a very nice coffee, and earlier on this morning I was outside in the garden gardening because I've just discovered that I actually quite like gardening. I built all this rockery, so that's something that I've been doing, and I built that little veg patch there, which is coming to an end now because we're coming to the end of the season. Roses are doing well. I can hear one or two of you screaming at the screen. Saying I don't want to watch gardening. Well, you know. So in the morning I come out and I sit here because the sun it comes across from that angle there, and it comes right through the garden during the day and disappears over there. So in the morning that's out in the sunshine, so I sit there. You really don't want to be doing that for too long though, especially in the height of the season. You can't sit in it at all. And in the afternoon, later in the season and early in the season, me, Janice and Terry sit there in the Sky Lounge and we have a few beers. As you can see, there's a wonderful view from here, which is why I suggested we did that. We've had to cut the cherry trees down a little bit, but you can see out as far as the castle. You can see all the shops and various pieces on the dual carriageway that runs through the island. That's the main road that runs from Poros right the way through to Argostoli. There's the football ground, the ancient bridge, the half-finished marina, etc. Those of you who know the island well will know exactly where we are. Yeah, less said about that the better. This used to be our driveway. There's a bit of a land dispute going on. I can't go into that for legal reasons. I'm hoping we get that sorted out in the next month or so before I come back, because my bike is now stranded at the top of the drive. And quite often in the afternoons I walk down here, see what's in and what's out. You can see where the cruise boat set out from. There's a big yacht with a helicopter on the back there, which was at Lourdes earlier this afternoon. So I may go down and have a look at that on the bike later on, because in the afternoons, if I'm not doing anything else or I haven't been out filming, I go out for a coffee, which you'll probably see on this video actually. There is a place that I use where it's just €3 for a large cappuccino, dirt cheap. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Well, hello YouTubers, and welcome back, you 560 wonderful people who have subscribed to me. I'm truly humbled by the amount of people who are prepared to do that and watch me on a weekly basis. And I know from talking to some of you that that's exactly what you do. You wait for the video to come out and you watch it. Fantastic. I am thinking of starting a Patreon page, so keep an eye out for that if you're interested in that sort of thing, or a coffee page. Apparently it's where people pay and they get the video released to them before it goes live anywhere else. And it would certainly help me make these videos, because that brings me to the point of why we're sat here today on the road between Spilia and Lakithra, and of course the road out to St George's Castle. I've had a few people ask me what I do on a day-to-day basis and what it's like to live here, so I thought today I'd try and give you a little brief insight into that, because you know it's something that I had to research. Even though I'd been coming here 30 years, I didn't know everything, and I still don't. This is just my opinion. It may not be yours. So in a minute I'm going to take you down the main road, which is along there, because over in that direction you've got Lordas over there, and then St George's Castle is up there, and then over in that direction, as you can see, you've got Argostoli, and down this lane here you've got Spilia, where I live. Now, the reason that I wanted to live in Vlahata or Lordas was that I'd always been going there for the last 30 odd years. It was all I knew, really, although I had been extensively all over the island exploring on trail bikes before there were roads, proper roads here, and recent years on things like the Black Pearl, because now we've got some pretty good roads, to be fair. However, when you live here, you might need a Lidl's, you might need a Sainsbury's, you might need something from the electrical shop or the building supplies. Now, I know people are going to start jumping up and down shouting at the screen that there's supermarkets all over the island, and there is. In Sami they even got a Spar, which I've been in a few times, and I've been over that way because it has things in there that I can't get here. But generally, if say you were living up on that mountain there, so that village there, if you were living up there, you've got a heck of a ride down to the shops, haven't you? And at the moment, with the fuel prices the way they are, it's something you have to consider. You see, I live about a mile down here, so it takes me seconds to get into Argostoli, where there's a fruit and veg place. I can get all my fruit and veg there cheaply. A lot of it's grown on the island, so it's fresh. And then like within 5 or 6 minutes, I can come along this dual carriageway here. There's Lidl's. There's the AB, which is the closest thing we have to a Sainsbury's. Opposite that is another supermarket, which does quite a few bits and pieces I've noticed that are applicable to the Brits here, you know, Costa Coffee and stuff like that. So I tend to go in there for things that I can't find. Up that road you've got a Chinese clothing store, and then just further up, Yopi I think it's called, which is a children's store, but they do stationery and stuff. I've just got some stuff for my printer from there. And then further up you've got garages and petrol stations. There's a meat market just before the castle. There's a meat market there and a grocery store. So yeah, all the stuff that I need on a daily basis tends to be fairly close, and it's something that I decided I'd bear in mind when I decided to live here. The deciding factor, however, was that the landlady's lovely and the rent is extremely cheap. I wouldn't be able to do it anywhere else. I did try to get to Lordas and Vlahata. I would have liked to have lived there, but I couldn't afford it, so I ended up staying in Spilia, which I don't mind. I mean, look at the view. Look at that view. So yeah, so I'm now going to ride out to in that direction over to where the castle is. I'll be going round past the airport. You get a lovely view of the airport from this road, and then I'll go down through the Kithra, past Mascaleros, which is a bar, a bit like a Greek version of a British pub, really, that place is. A lot of the expats meet in there. I'll go all the way down and it'll bring me out on that road by the castle. Up there is a cafe bar called Castro's, I believe. Castro's Cafe. Been there as long as I've been coming here. They've been there. They're good friends of mine. And if you're going for a lunch somewhere and you're in between, it's in between your journey, pop in, because the food there is absolutely fantastic for lunch. However, if you're going for an evening meal on that mountain, just further down is the Olive Lounge, and the lovely Liana runs the Olive Lounge, which for evening meals you won't get anything better than that, I don't think, on this island. And the views are absolutely fantastic. I mean, she looks out on a clear day, she can see Zakynthos and Lordas, all the surrounding villages. It's all laid out, and of course of an evening all the lights are twinkling. Very nice place, very romantic. And how would I know? Because I've been on my own 10 years. I'm just saying. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to head out that way. I'm going to hopefully give you some bullet points, as somebody once said, as to where these places are so you can find them. So yeah, generally if you're on the main road from Poros, which runs right the way through the island, eventually you'll come across George's Castle, St George's Castle, sorry. And then if you've passed that and just keep going for Agostoli, you'll come to all these places that I've pointed out, Lidl's and Christie Cross, AB, and all those places there. There's even the builders merchants on that island there, I think, just down from AB. So yeah, I'm waffling now. Let's get on with the video. So there you go, there's Kefalonia Airport. Got one plane in at the minute. It's not the busiest of airports, I have to say, which is how I like it. I want too many people coming here, do you? And I can show you what it's like at night. And there they go, off into the sunset. Sometimes just nice to sit there, watch the sunset, and watch the last plane leave the island for the day, and remind yourself how lucky you are to be able to do what I'm doing. So yeah, there you go. Can't fault that, can you? Well, I suppose you can if you're going to be critical. Okay, so there's the road I've just come out of. This is the main road. In that direction you've got Lourdes and Poros eventually, and in that direction you have Agostoli. And I don't know whether you can make it out on the video how well it's coming out, but there's a turning just there where that white car's just gone past. If you turn right there, that's a bit of a rough concrete road, but it takes you right the way up to the castle, which I was just talking about. So you can visit Castro's Cafe, or you can visit Liana's Olive Lounge. So I'm going to take a little ride up there now and show you what it's all about, really. you go, over in that direction you can see Lourdes quite clearly behind that hill, and the road round to Poros. So we're on the concrete road. Well, I'm on the concrete road and you're watching me, which takes you up to Castro's Castle, and if you turn right that takes you to the Olive Lounge, where the lovely Anna has a restaurant and bar. Now down there, that's the main road between Argostoli and Poros, and the road that you can see there takes you back to my place in Spilia, past Mascaleros and all that area. In fact, if you follow that road and stay on it, you go up a little one-way system eventually right at the back over there, and if you were to swing left round there, you can see, you look down on the airport from about this height actually. So what do I do each day? Well, on a Monday I'm usually editing YouTube clips, and then on a Tuesday I'll probably go out and do some more filming, so that I've got plenty in the bank to make a video up for you guys. It's becoming a bit more difficult because I've videoed the living daylights out of this island. So all I can do now is show you different parts of the season and what those places are like, and do little bits and pieces to camera about where you can get various things like the Lidls and stuff like that. So yeah, I should probably now go back and have a coffee and make an event out of the shopping trip that I'm doing, and I will get my coffee at the place that's behind the coach station. They've got some tables out by the lagoon there where you can rent the electric boats and stuff, and that is the cheapest place to get a coffee or a beer. And if you have a beer, you get a nice bowl of crisps, don't you? Got to think of the figure. So yeah, all these things considered, I'll show you in a minute where Lidl's and these supermarkets are, and I'll explain again what they've got in them. But for the minute, time to just take it all in. So there you go, there's the place that has pretty much everything for your house. Pots, pans, tables, chairs, glasses, you name it. If he hasn't got it, you don't need it. And then up behind there, up that ramp and to the left, is the Chinese shop. Now they got clothing and all sorts of stuff, car parts, tools and things like that. And then a bit further on down the road, as I said, you've got Christy Cross and AB stores, and Lidl's just further down. So there you go, there's AB, and just to the right of AB is a electrical store where you can get tellies and washing machines and stuff like that. I tend to go into, there's lots of places in Argostoli, and if you Google it, it's well worth going in Argostoli first to have a look. There's a Builders Merchants there on the right, and then on that island is the other supermarket I was telling you about, and just further up from there is another Chinese store on the right hand side if you go up that road, that sells clothing and stuff. And just further on from that on the right hand side is a place that does children's toys, stationery and bits and pieces like that. So there you go, there's Lidl's. And this road, if you follow it all the way down, takes you into Argostoli now, which is where I'm going for a well-earned coffee, I think. Well, here we are at Lidl's doing the weekly shop. So what did we get? Well, let's have a look. See if there's anything you recognise from the UK. Got me milk. What I have to look for full fat, that's something you might not realise, is it says 3.7 on there. That's full fat. Don't take any notice of the bottle tops, because the colours, full fat can be blue, I've seen them in red, so yeah, don't take any notice of the bottle tops, look at the fat content. So these are really good, quite cheap. I think they're about 170, might be 2 now because the thing's going up. Got me washing tablets for the washing machine, me wraps. my ice cream and my bread. Pretty much the same sort of stuff that you'd find in a European one. I can even get pinotage, but I've gone for this Greek one today because it's cheaper. And Janice Wilson from next door, the Terminator, wanted a roll mops, so I got some of them and some butter. That's all going to go in that bag on there. That's the only problem. But I did it last time and I'll do it again. So from Lidl's, onward and upward. So there you go, I got it home. Just about. Just about. And yes, the bread was balanced on the handlebars. Didn't fly off though, did it? Selection of stuff that the Brits would recognise. Delicatessen there on the left. And there is the famous bus station where you get your gyros from. And on the other side, this side, by the lagoon where all them tables and chairs were, is one of my favourite cafes. Get a coffee in there for €3, whereas everywhere else is about £4 now. I tend to go there quite a lot. We're just entering the town on the quayside. On the left is one of my favourite fruit and veg stores, but today I'm going to one further down because they do really nice homegrown eggs. Bus station, which we passed earlier. There's a car park opposite that, which is free. But of course I'm on the bike, so I'm going to go in the back of the town now and park up somewhere in there. As if by magic, here we are. And then yeah, zebra crossings, don't take too much notice of them pedestrians, because nobody else does. People in cars will just run you over. I always stop if I can. The problem is that people park, the laws are different here, and people park right close to the zebra crossing, so as a motorist you can't see people on the crossing until they actually walk across it, and a bit late then. So yeah, be mindful of that if you're walking. There's the famous Patsaurus, which is probably one of the last places on the island now that you can get what I'd call traditional Kefalonian style food, really. And this is where I come for my eggs and my veg, and then maybe over there for a coffee if I'm in town, but like I say, I usually use the one further up the road. So there you go, I've got my eggs and my sausage, egg and chips tonight. Very quick. Actually, I get these eggs for poached eggs because they're as fresh as you're ever going to get. And they make exceedingly good poached eggs. Because one thing you need for a poached egg is a fresh egg. So I'm going to go and see if Karen's in down the rabbit hole. I don't know what time it is, or even whether she's working today. So this is how you get to Karen's place. There's the Alpha Bank, or do it the easy way. So there's the Alpha Bank. Walk along here. There's the Lithostratus up there, so the main street. There's another little landmark for you. So basically you just keep walking until you see the National Bank of Greece, and then you need to take a right. So that's the direction we've come in. I'm going to swing a right now, and there it is, the rabbit hole. So as I said before, look out for that clock tower and this square. Lithostratus is up there, which is the main tiled street that you'll all know. It's where all the touristy shops are. No traffic allowed apart from the odd motorbike. I'm going to go in and see Tigger, my mate. Catch you later. So there you go. That's all your shops and places explained. There is something else that I'd like to mention while we're on the subject of shops, shopping and where to get things from. There are local shops. In Lassie I tend to use a place for my tea bags and things like that, cornflakes and things like that you can't get in some of the supermarkets. And if you know Lassie well, you'll know where the Dolphin supermarket is. So if you go back towards the airport, there's another supermarket on the right, which I may or may not video in an upcoming video. He has quite a lot of stuff catering to Brits, because obviously he's right in the middle of holiday time there. A little bit more expensive. I mean, you pay €6 for a block of mature cheddar from there, 300 grams. But you know, you can't get it anywhere else, so you sometimes have to pay a premium. And there is a place in Katelios that caters solely to Brits. They have pretty much everything you'd see in a British supermarket there, but again, it can be quite expensive. So I'm just sort of showing you places where, if you're prepared to modify your diet, let's say, where I tend to shop. And let's face it, if you're living in Greece, you want to live like the Greeks do, otherwise you wouldn't be here, would you? So yeah, I mean, there is another place that I'd like to mention, Petros' supermarket in Lordas. Now, they have got everything you need, and if they haven't got it, they'll get it for you. Maria, further up on the right, on the left-hand side as you go out of Lordas, she's the same. If she hasn't got it, she'll find it for you. So yeah, if you're going to come and live here, don't worry about not being able to get anything. It is a bit more difficult importing stuff, like for the motorbike. You can't just jump on Amazon like you would do in the UK, because the addresses are a bit sketchy. But, you know, it's not impossible, is what I'm saying. You can get stuff. So, hope you enjoyed the video. If you haven't hit subscribe, hit it, share it, like it, do all the things that help me. I'll see you on the next video. Thanks for watching. Thanks very, very much for watching. And I'll catch you guys on the next video of Rudgy, aka the Doctor. Well, that's going to make a good bit of video, isn't it? Sitting waiting for the traffic lights to change. Not that I'm moaning or anything, you understand. Just enjoying the ride. Sat waiting for the traffic lights to change, which nobody takes any notice of anyway. Am I moaning? Maybe I'll put that in the outtakes. Oh dear, oh dear. Well, there you go. Over in that direction you can see Lourdes quite clearly behind that hill, and the road round to Poros. So we're on the concrete road. Well, I'm on the concrete road and you're watching me. Because if you've got to travel, especially in this day and age with fuel, if you've got to travel several miles to get your shopping, you've got to add the fuel price on, haven't you? I mean, the time doesn't really matter if you live in here. Most people who live here have retired, so time doesn't really matter, does it? You're making them, because that place, the other side of the bus stop, the coach. Take two. Hi guys. Well, if this is the first time you're watching me, persevere, you may like it. It's a vlog about my life basically, which tends to be spent most of the year on the island of Kefalonia in Greece, which is maybe why you've tuned in. For those of you who well, hello guys, and welcome back, you 500 and something odd people who have tuned into me now. You'll have to excuse the noise. We're on the main road from Argostoli through Spilia, Haravantas, and at Livathios. No, start again. Whoa! Well, hi guys, and welcome back to the site, you wonderful 560 odd people we have watching now. Even one of my daughters has subscribed, and my son. Well, both my daughters. No, in fact, all my children have now joined up, which is a bonus. So if you're watching, hello. Pat Burkett's grandchildren watch this, so hello to them as well. And there's a car coming. Cut that bit out. 3, 2, 1. So yeah, it's a fine balance I have to do with my health and earning money to do all these things. I have had some help off a lot of friends. Well, a lot of help. I'm amazed that I've got that many people watching me. I do read some of your comments. Why are we on the main road between Agostoli and Liviathos, I think it's called. Hang on, there's a sign there, look. There. And if you carry on this road, you get a lovely view of the airport. I've made a mess of that as well, haven't I? I've made a mess of that, and a car went past, and now there's a scooter, because we're on a main road, and I don't know why I'm doing it from here. Why wouldn't you want to ride around this island? So I tend to go up and have a bit of a ride around, and that's where some of the videos come from. But would I buy? Yes, I would. Be very careful. Get a really good lawyer who's going to do the due diligence on the 2, 3, 1, go. Got all your boundaries marked out, things like that. Other than that, I highly recommend moving here. And as I've said in previous, I answer most of the. No, don't do that. I do have a life. No, can't say that either. 3, 2, 1. So yeah. So why are we on the main road from my village? Hit the subscribe button and do me and yourselves a favour. Please. No, that's no good. Can't do that either. No. Blah.